Hi, this is Paul. So today we're going to talk about PTSD and MST. PTSD is going to go first. Post-traumatic stress disorder. For you who've been in the military prior to 2009 and things happen on active duty, whether you were in a horrific car accident, a near-death experience, you were hurt in training, you saw a horrific accident take place, you saw somebody die. Those are non-combat elements to your PTSD. Prior to 2009, those were not looked at. If it wasn't in combat, those things I just listed, they said you could not have PTSD. After 2009, it is being recognized non-combat PTSD. So PTSD, what does that look like? Is either you're going to have anxiety, extreme anxiety, or depression, or you're going to have a combination of both, or you're going to have a combination of that, migraines, sleep apnea. So many things go with PTSD. You need to look at a couple of videos on all the symptoms to PTSD, especially if it's non-combat related. After 2009, they started recognizing that. So I was just talking to a Marine the other day, and I remember when I got out in 2009, they said if you weren't in combat, there's no way in the world you could have PTSD, and that is incorrect. So anything that's taken place prior to 2009, that you can fill out the statement, the incident statement of who, what, when, and where. In that statement, that's a statement at the VA that must be filled out. So you just can't say in your claim, and I think it's your 2156, to say, hey, I have PTSD without the diagnosis, without the incident. You need to be able to share who, what, when, and why. Who, what, when, and where, so that incident can be recorded, which if I used to be a safety manager, all incidents are recorded, deaths, accidents, and everything. And if you can't find that information, you also can use your buddy statements, okay? So let's talk about MST. MST is military sexual trauma. Those are events that happen on active duty that were connected to some type of sexual assault, but also harassment, whether it's based on religion, your race, or whatever it is, whether they just didn't like you or not. That falls under MST. So don't just think you have to be violated to claim MST, and that should require a report or some type that you attempted to submit or has been submitted and wasn't rectified, or buddy statements for your unit members who remember the incidents and you kept some type of documentation about what took place. Military sexual trauma is real. So I want you to know that your post-traumatic stress disorder that people told you that were non-combat related, they're in as of 2009. So anybody before that, you can go ahead and submit. MST, military sexual trauma. There's a lot of incidents that fall under MST. Please go to your 38 CFR and look up MST, military sexual trauma, and look and see if what took place with you was a part of that. And always remember, your buddy statements and your nexus letters are in support of your claim. That's really important. So we're getting really close to submitting this claim, but I just want you to know that those things are out there, and you should. You know why you should claim those items? Because every instance you get a chance to talk about it, you do it. That means it's still bothering you. That means you need some professional help, that you need somebody, and some compensation for what you've gone through during your active duty service. I think the next thing I'll talk about is being a reservist and submitting your claim. Maybe I'll do that. Have a powerful day, and I'll see you soon. Peace.